My name is Mary Fajardo, and this is my project for Week 6 Marine Zoology. And today I'll be talking about coral bleaching. What is coral bleaching? Why does it happen? And how can we stop it from happening? Well, first off, coral bleaching is when a coral polyp or a coral colony spits out its zooxanthellae. Plain and simple, right? Not exactly. Coral gets its color from a type of marine algae called zooxanthellae. You can see that in these two pictures, and this one, but we'll talk about that later. Here, these coral blobs right here and down here and over here, those are zooxanthellae. Again, type of marine algae. This here, it's this brown stuff inside the coral polyp. That's zooxanthellae as well. Here you get a close-up of what that actually looks like. Here's the zooxanthellae under a microscope, but it's still inside the coral. So here you get the outline of the coral tentacles, and here all of these purple dots and blobs, that is the zooxanthellae, like where these arrows are pointing, all down here, and it's all inside the coral. Now here it shows you where the zooxanthellae actually live. The zooxanthellae lives in the gastrodermis cell layer. Now, corals have two cell layers, the epidermis, the outside layer, and the gastrodermis, or the inside layer. Again, zooxanthellae lives in the gastrodermis. Now, like I said before, the zooxanthellae gives the coral color. So, during coral bleaching, I'm sure you're wondering, if the zooxanthellae gives the coral color, then why during coral bleaching, why does the coral leave? Or why does the color leave? Well, that is because, coral bleaching can be caused by a myriad of reasons. It can be caused by extreme low tides, way too much sunlight, pollution, coral disease, but the most common is changes in water temperature, even if it's very, very subtle. The zooxanthellae, they're dinoflagellates. They have chloroplasts, which have proteins called photosystems. The photosystems convert light energy into chemical energy. And if there is too much light, changes in water temperature, etc., that causes the photosystems to freak out and they stop working properly. Now, if they stop working, what about all that energy that's left in there? That is when all of that energy gets turned into reactive oxygen molecules. Those molecules are very damaging to the cell, to the coral's cell, and the coral spits them out. And if only one polyp does that, it's not that big a deal. But if a whole colony does it, that's not so good. That is when coral bleaching happens. The zooxanthellae live, so does the color. Here you can see all of these white coral colonies, and down here all of these white pegs down here. Those are all bleached corals. Here's a good example. Here's a healthy coral, bleached coral. Now, a bleached coral is not a dead coral. It's just very, very weak. Now, like I told you about all of the causes, but what if they go back to normal? What if the water temperatures go back to normal? What if the sunlight goes back to normal? What if extreme low tides go back to normal? Then the zooxanthellae will come back and resume its relationship with the coral. Here are two very good diagrams. You see the healthy coral with the zooxanthellae inside the cells, bleached coral, zooxanthellae leave, and here's a dead coral. You know it's dead when there is algae crawling all over it. The algae kill the coral pretty much because the algae stops the coral polyps from hunting for the coral. That causes the coral to starve and it dies. Again, in this diagram, healthy coral, zooxanthellae inside, bleached, the zooxanthellae are leaving, color fading, bleached coral. Again, bleached coral is not dead, but it is very weak. Algae caused the coral to die. That's coral bleaching. Thanks so much for watching.